Hello, and this is a short presentation as an interlude to the podcast from Mindset Money Success, which I'm the host of. And so this is a recommended reading. It's a book that I've read by Jennifer Robinson and Kenya Yoshida, and it's called How Many More Women? The Silencing of Women by the Law and How to Stop It. So in this short presentation is a number of quotes from the book. Now, I put it together as a way to raise awareness that lawyers and courts do not always get the balance right. And this first quote is, "The law of defamation has been weaponized by rich and powerful men to silence women who might speak out against them." Many women are sued for defamation by their alleged abusers, a common manipulation tactic that is used by perpetrators to avoid being held accountable and to discredit and silence victims. Now, this is known as deny, attack and reverse, victim and offender. It is known as an acronym DAVO. Now, that was a term that I published in my book because I researched it before I wrote my story. And it was by psychologist Jennifer Freed, who first wrote about it in 1997. So women are silenced. A person who sues for defamation can effectively steal a woman's voice and force her into litigation to get it back, which undermines our ability as a society to tackle violence against women. The Toll case is a landmark decision because it confirms that speaking out about gender-based violence and domestic violence is a matter of public interest. And I've just written at the side here that it's the European Court of Human Rights. It was Toll versus Croatia in the International Region Human Rights Law. And it's the violation of Article 10, freedom of expression. So it's always a matter of public interest. And so it could be raising awareness, prevention, and deterrence. In this quote, women's ability to speak out about gender-based violence should always be treated as a matter of public interest. It is an essential part of violence prevention and deterrence and is a key to ending violence against women. Countries around the world now recognise truth as a defence to any defamation claim, and international law requires it under your right to free speech. From this quote, it's how remaining silent will not help you, and remaining silent to protect your abuser will not help you. The quote is, "My silences have not protected me. Your silence will not protect you," she warned. You must turn the silence into language and action. Lawyers need to start making these arguments in our courts, and our judges need to listen. Yet in cases of gender-based violence, there may be nothing other than a woman's testimony because it so often happens behind closed doors, enveloped in shame and secrecy. Many countries have since abolished the requirement for corroboration evidence, as we explained earlier, having appreciated that presuming all women to be unreliable witnesses is discriminatory. The rights for women to speak about their abuse on a platform or medium of their choice, to come out as a survivor of abuse, even to name their perpetrator, have been confirmed in other courts around the world. The Constitutional Court has confirmed that women, journalists, and other social media users are not required to wait until there has been a judicial decision on the allegations, since that would be a disproportionate restriction of free speech, making these accusations invisible and contributing to gender discrimination. And now, the anti-SLAPP laws to prevent litigations as a form of intimidation, bullying, and harassment to silence women or journalists and others. SLAPPs are strategic lawsuits against public participation and are usually baseless legal proceedings. The Human Rights Court made clear that requiring a conviction for domestic violence to defend her speech was simply unrealistic and too much to ask. These two leading human rights barristers, Jennifer Robinson and Dr. Kenya Yoshida, have written this book to show women survivors that you do not need to remain silent. You do have a choice. So, thank you for listening to this short presentation, and for more recommended reading, visit our website, lifechangeplans.com/shop.